Welcome, y'all, back to some more geometry. We're talking about rectangles today. Let's look at that. So a rectangle is a parallelogram. So let's go ahead and in red, we're gonna do all properties of parallelogram. What was all properties of parallelogram? The opposite sides are parallel. Yeah. So these two sides. Good. Opposite sides are congruent. Good. Opposite angles. What about the opposite angles? Yeah, they're congruent as well. I'm gonna try to be a little bit more proper. I'm gonna use this line right here. The diagonals. What about the diagonals? What they do to each other? They cut each other in halves. Yeah. So this half equals this half. This half equals this half, which we'll get more into that here in a bit. What else is also true about parallelograms? Consecutive angles are supplementary. So these two equal 180. These two together equal 180, and then these two together equal 180. Yeah. So all that is true about parallelograms. In green, this makes a rectangle a little bit more unique on top of parallelogram. All four angles are right angles. They're all right angles. So that's what's being added on. So all the things about parallelograms is true, plus all the angles are right angles. So that's what makes a rectangle. So as we said, by definition, a rectangle has all the following properties. All four sides are right angles. That's the defining one. But the rest are all part of parallelograms. Opposite sides are parallel, congruent. Opposite angles are congruent. Consecutive angles are supplementary, and the diagonals bisect each other. All that is true about a rectangle. But let's go a bit more specific too. We can add a couple more things about that. If your parallelogram is a rectangle, not only do the diagonals bisect each other, but the diagonals are congruent altogether. So not only is the whole thing congruent to the whole thing right here, but the individual parts, the parts that got bisected, they're equal to each other as well. So all four segments right here are equal to each other. And the opposite is true as well. If we can show the diagonals are congruent to each other, then that proves that the parallelogram is a rectangle. So according to this, AP equals 2x plus 10, PC equals that. Find the value of x. What is the length of AC? So 2x plus 10 plus 13x minus 40. Oh, plus, I said plus. Nope. We're going to go ahead and say they equal each other. They equal each other. Let's solve for x. So minus 2x plus 40 plus 40. Bam, bam. We're left with 50 equals 11x. Is that right? There, 13. Oh, 45. 45. There you go. 55 equals 11x divided by 11. 5 equals x. All right. And what's the length of the whole thing? Ooh, we got to substitute that back in. So we'll start with this. So we got 2 times 5 plus 10. 2 times 5 is 10 plus 10 is 20. So if this is 20, this is 20, the whole thing is 40. Right there. And the last thing on here, let me do a little proof. All right, so it tells us this is a rectangle. Okay, that's good to know. That means opposite sides congruent, all that fun stuff. And that QR, sorry, is congruent to SR. Good. Prove that the triangle SWQ, this triangle right here, is equal to this triangle right here. So start with the given. QTVW is a rectangle, okay, and QR equals ST. That's given. All right, so we have a size, sort of. We have this part right here. Look at this right here, RS. So we're going to say RS equals RS. Okay, that's reflexive property because it's the same thing. Reflective property. All right, so we got reflexive property right here. So what we're going to do is add that to both sides right here. We're going to say 3 QR plus RS should equal ST plus RS. That's just addition. Remember, addition property. But let's go ahead and combine this to make one segment right there, and then we're going to combine this other side right there to make another one. That was our segment addition, y'all. Our segment addition. So we say QR plus RS equals the whole thing QS, and then we could say ST plus RS equals the whole thing TR. That is what we call a segment addition postulate. I'm gonna go ahead and shrink this a little bit because I'm running out of space. Whoop. There we go, and then move it up some. There we go. All right, so now that we know, so now we have a whole side. Now we're gonna go ahead and substitute this. This will substitute into here, and now we'll substitute into that. We're gonna go ahead and say 5QS equals TR. And that is substitution. We substituted into this. We substituted this information into this problem right here. All right, so now we have a side. And remember, for a triangle, when we talked about triangles, you need either side, 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 angle, angle, or angle, angle, side. We're going to go with side, angle, side. The reason being, we can go ahead and say 5, 6. We say angle Q equals angle T, because those are right angles. Because 6, definition of rectangle. And to be more specific, we can say actually, to be more specific, we can even say if rectangle, oh, no. All angles in rectangle are right angles. They're right angles. Because they're right angles, they're congruent to each other. So we have a side. So now we have side and an angle. And then over here, I'm going to change the color to represent different ones. Side. Without change colors. There we go. Side and then angle. So we're going to go ahead and say these sides equal to each other. Because what do we say about rectangles? Opposite sides of rectangles are congruent. So 7. WQ is congruent to VT. Opposite sides of parallelogram are congruent. All right, so now we got side, angle, side. So now we can go straight to our thing. We're gonna say that our proof triangle SWQ is congruent to triangle RBT. Why? Because side, angle, side. We showed a side, an angle, and a side congruent to a side, an angle, and a side of the other triangle. I know this seems pretty crazy right here. I think you only have one proof in your homework, so don't stress that too much. Actually, I think I took that out, honestly. I gotta check. Anyways, hopefully this kind of goes down and makes it a little bit easier, more digestible. But y'all have a great day. Bye.